Now that we've created a new account, the first thing that we'll want to do is to create a verifiable log and a verifiable map to demonstrate how they can be used. To do so, the first thing we need to do is to create an access rule, and we do this from the Access Rules tab on the Manage Account page. When we go to this page, it shows us all of the access rules that exist for this account, and by default we start with no rules, which means that there is no way to create or manage any of the data structures in this account. So let's create a new access rule so that we can use this access rule to demonstrate the product. So we click Add New Access Rule, and we now have a number of fields that we need to fill out. The first field is the API key, and the API key is a key that needs to be included in any authorization headers in requests to the REST API for this account. And so there are a number of ways we can either specify a custom value for the API key. We can specify that we don't need any API key at all by clicking the public button, and this is quite useful where you have a situation where you wish to allow read-only access to the public. But the easiest option that we recommend is click Generate, and this will generate a random 256-bit key that we'll add to our requests to access this account. The next section shows all of the different permissions that we are going to allow this API key or this access rule to perform. We have a set of permissions related to logs. We have the ability to create a new log, to delete an existing log, to be able to add entries to a log, to be able to read all entries that are present in a log, to be able to get the tree head for a log, and prove consistency between two tree heads, and the ability to prove the inclusion of an entry in a log. I'm going to click All so that this API key has access to all log operations. When we scroll further, we see a set of permissions related to maps. The first permission is to create a new map, to be able to delete an existing map, to be able to set or delete a value for a key in a map, to be able to get a value from a map, which includes an inclusion proof, to be able to read all of the entries in the mutation log associated with the map, and to be able to get a tree head for the mutation log, and be able to read all of the entries in the tree head log for the map. So again, for now, I'm going to click All so that our API key, or our access rule rather, has access to all permissions associated with this account. And then finally, we have a number of account level permissions, and these permissions don't apply to a specific log or map, but rather apply to all logs or maps. So here we have the ability to list the logs associated with this account or list the maps associated with the account. And again, I'll select both of those. The next field allows us to restrict the above set of permissions to a specific log or a specific map. So by default, and I'm just going to click the All button here, if I put the asterisk there, this means that this access rule applies to all logs associated with this account and all maps associated with this account. In a production system, it's best practice to create specific access rules for specific logs. But again, for now, I'll just create one that we can use to demonstrate all parts of the product. We have another field here, which is quite useful where we're uploading JSON documents into a log or a map. And this allows us to redact certain fields in there. We'll do another video with more details on this. So for now, I'm just going to select the All button again so that this API key will give us access to all fields in those JSON documents. The final field on the API key page is the comment field. And this just allows you to put some information about this particular rule that we're creating. So I'm just going to write a demo rule. This doesn't affect the system at all, but can be useful for other administrators to be able to see why this particular access rule was created. Finally, I hit the Save button to save this new access rule. And now we can see on our list of rules, we have our demo rule, that's the comment that we just created, and we see the key, which we have here so that we can select and we can copy that and we can put that into our code or our credential management system that we use to access the app. Our next video will talk about how we can use the shell to start using this key to create logs and maps.